Scary Smart, you say by 2029, machine intelligence will break out of specific tasks and into general intelligence. So there will be machines that are smarter than humans. Does the concept of singularity scare you?
Yeah, so first of all, I revised those numbers, believe it or not, last year, and I publicly say that AGI is no later than 2027. I think we're accelerating and we're misunderstanding the concept of how we will arrive at AGI.
So 2027, I think, is a very interesting year that significantly actually brings us closer to quantum risk than what I believe to be the consensus, where most people may think sometime after 2030. When you look at the quantum ecosystem, it's no longer the case that we need to build one giant machine that's very hard to build. I don't know, the military or the US government only can build, but rather much smaller machines that many startups are building, 1,152 qubits per device. If you network 6,000 of these devices together, you can break Bitcoin every 10 minutes. I believe that 2027, we might start to see a real threat emerge where people take this very seriously. And right now, you can actually even see some people starting to talk about it.
We have to reduce spending to live within our means. Yeah, that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you're joining the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And also, guys, make sure you go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And we know we've heard it from Ray Kurzweil and Ben Goertzel. And Singularity Net will be here by 2027. And when we see these bots, when we see the robots, we're thinking, no, it takes a little more time. But guys, they haven't turned on these supercomputers. And these robots, algorithms, and drones will be able to pull from these supercomputers is like a brain. They will be able to react just like humanity. But then also, guys, you won't be able to trust your eyes and ears. And we know the eyes and ears are the window to the soul. And when we think about all the illusions that social media and TV create, just imagine when this technology takes over. You won't be able to tell what's real and not real. You're going to have to give yourselves time. You cannot work off impulse, but unfortunately, the sheep have no clue. And they're going to fall for the deception. What did I tell you? 2028, 2029, the sheep are going inside the metaverse. And we have Roblox is help setting up that gateway. By that time, everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And the sheep are going inside the metaverse where their life will actually be a video game. Eating 3D food. Paying for everything with a token. Yes, I know it sounds like a movie. But remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
By CEO of Roblox, Dave Baszucki, coming off that big earnings report, Blockbuster, by the way, up nearly 20% on strong user growth. You raised your guidance for the year. So I want to dive into some of this, starting with user growth. We do know from this Hindenburg report that they allege that there's kind of this funky accounting going on. At least that's what they're alleging here. Part of it, the issue here seems to be they say you guys aren't able to kind of separate actual people versus accounts. That could be people running multiple accounts, that you're running two separate types of books. Can you kind of talk through that and then talk about what is behind the user growth that we just saw this last quarter?
So first, thanks for having me on the show, Steve. We had an amazing quarter driven by absolutely amazing viral content, all kinds of new experiences, awesome creators coming on our platform, revenue up 29% year on year, daily active users up 27%, over 13 users up 34%, India and Japan up 50%, and $218 million of free cash flow. That report, we completely reject all the implications of that report. That is by a short seller. I think many of us know the motivation sometimes of a short seller. We make financial notes of how we account all of this stuff, and we just completely reject the report.
Okay, and so those user numbers, just to be clear, those 88.9 million daily active users, those are accounts or people? How do you guys?
Those are daily active accounts in our S1, in our 10Q.
Right.
We have a lot of notes, and we've never changed this. Something, if you read our shareholder letter, it's really interesting. The ratio of our bookings to our daily active users to our hours has been consistent for 6 years. And if anything, our bookings are growing more quickly than our daily active users. We have no motivation. Our value system is around transparency and clarity. There's no motivation for us to do anything other than report accurately.
I know this has been top of mind for you, but also, at the same time, we've seen level criticism at you guys, especially in this Hindenburg report, some examples like that. There are numerous issues to tackle here, but one thing I was interested in is age verification, because that seems to be not just a problem or a challenge for you guys. Meta's going through it as well. How do you determine if it's actually a 13-year-old? Can you talk a little bit about how you guys are thinking about age verification? And do you agree with Meta that Apple and Google need to take a deeper role here through their app stores to verify ages?
Once again, completely reject all the implications of that report. Every day, tens of millions of people live on Roblox every day. Our vision, mission to connect 1 billion people with optimism, civility. Safety is the primary thing we focus on. We literally ship improvements to our safety system almost every other week. We've shipped over 30 improvements in the last year. I want to share an example of how far we are into leading the charge here and trying to help the rest of the industry. Our voice safety model, AI developed inside of Roblox, that we run all of the voice on our platform through. We shared it live on Hugging Face. It popped up as one of the most downloaded models on all of Hugging Face, and over 10,000 people picked it up. There's now large other companies using our voice safety model. So it's a top priority. We think there's a place on the internet for a beacon for safety and civility, and that's Roblox, really. And the way we design our safety systems, yes, age verification is very important, but we don't just think of safety for younger people. We think of safety and civility really for everyone on the platform.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important.
look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York. COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.